you know, you and I think the one thing that I take away from this, just even watching Cuts and you progress, is like, number one, you're never afraid to ask questions, like, and like just the consistency of it, which is like, it's I think it's a rare trait for entrepreneurs. Some people are like timid, like you're just not afraid to ask questions, and like, and I think I was that way to a degree, differently, but like you just have to be willing to not get in people's faces, but like, you know, don't be afraid to ask questions, because like it could be something that like changes the trajectory of your business or your decisions or your way of thinking. And I think my most fond memory of just, which was like, I think you sent me the product, and at the time, like I was a little out of shape, so like Cuts wasn't as much like for, you know, what I was maybe wearing on a day-to-day basis, but also it was a newer brand. Like I think you were still working things out, and the packaging was like pretty premium, and but I don't think you were like making money. You were struggling at one point.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest thing is like, again, you're I don't know the right word, maybe persistency, and willingness just to continue to iterate and get through those times and just grind it out. And I think a lot of entrepreneurs just don't have that willingness or ability to be in like that dark place where things aren't working and just get out of that. And I think like there's ups and downs all the time, but in the beginning, like more than ever, it's a struggle. And I think just to see where you guys are at today, like, you know, that flashback of like the struggle that you guys were in then to then get through it and to be where you are today, just says so much about, I think, you know, your intuition as an entrepreneur and yeah, where this business is going. So
appreciate it. What Jake has mentioned, we did 180K in our first year, and then we like pretty much no advertising, just word of mouth, Kickstarter. And then between the next year, we were fighting, and I remember I called Jake and I was like, man, Facebook ads aren't working, and this is going to be dicey. This is kind of the whole plan. And I remember your calming voice, and you just said, keep spending. And I remember I coined this term. I was like, we just got to have blind faith, I guess. And we stopped spending for a little bit, worked on our website, and then kind of relaunched in August. And then from that moment on, it was just like we kind of figured out the formula, so to speak. And then we were able to always like be profitable on our first order and kind of keep we had true momentum from that. But we launched September of 2016. From September of 2016 to August of 2017, we could have easily just given up, because our factory pretty much like sent us way less units of what they promised. Then we had to onboard a new factory. Facebook wasn't working. You know, I was living at home. I was, you know, behind 40K on a payment essentially. And if August, very well, like I didn't really see it at the time, but if that month we didn't start selling and making money, like we would have eventually ran out of money, and it would have been really hard.
Yeah. And I think going back just to your intuition, like your ability to get through, it's test and learn, and test and learn fast in the early days.
Totally.
And yeah, I remember being on the phone with you, looking at the product. And the product was great, the packaging was great, but like something wasn't working. And to get through that time period and figure it out is like, it's just something. Yeah, call it blind faith or willingness to like just throw different things at the wall and try and innovate and just understanding where to spend your time. I think that's
totally.
I think me and you probably talk about this a lot offline, but like when we see other founders out there, it's like, it's not in the early days, it's not always like the flashy cool thing you do. It's just it's getting the product, bringing value to the customer, getting them to really love and fall in love with the product. And I think that was your focus the entire time. So